Here are some Anne Rice book reviews. This is of her last book, Of Love and Evil. These are just random people that I've been reading from a website. I'm a fan of Anne Rice. Oh, this is from Jimmy. I'm a fan of Anne Rice books. For me, her style of writing and the way she tells a story are irresistible. I find myself completely enraptured in her novels. Like most of her fans, I do miss the novels of the Mayfair Witches and the Vampire Lestat that she is so famous for. In my opinion, she will continue to be a talented and skilled author, and as long as she keeps writing, I'm thrilled to keep reading her wonderful books. From reading the book jacket cover, I'm excited to find that Anne Rice will be taking me back to Rome. For Toby O'Dare, he will find himself torn between the future he could have with the son and the woman he once loved, and the future of being one of the children of the angels. Malchia's charge and the occasional help from Toby's guardian angel. Toby travels through angel time. He'll not only need to solve a mystery in order to answer the desperate prayers of a Jewish man, but he will face evil and a part of himself that could have been. As always, Anne Rice does a fantastic job, keeping me up all night until I finish it. She concludes the second book of her series with the perfect cliffhanger that has me wanting more and wanting it now. You will too. Here's another one by Kate. I wasn't thrilled with the subject of this book, and though Rice's writing is very readable and the plot is well planned, I had a hard time enjoying Of Love and Evil. Well, she doesn't really write about anything. She writes more about the plot than she does. I guess the bad plot is self-explanatory to her, but the plot isn't that bad. The only problem with it is that it's short. That's the only problem. If it was longer, it would be way better. And it's still a good book. It's just short. Of Love and Evil. Oh, this is by Deborah Palmer. Or I probably shouldn't have said her full name. Deborah. Anne Rice's latest novel is a pleasant departure from her previous novels, which introduced the Vampire Lestat into our national lexicon. This time, Miss Rice delves into the realm of heavenly angels. Okay, well, the grammar in this is kind of bad, so I'm going to have to put in some of the words that are supposed to be there but aren't. This time, Miss Rice delves into the realm of heavenly angels, fallen angels, and assassins. Yes, I did say assassins, as the protagonist in the story, Toby O'Dare, was a type of government Dexter who is being allowed to atone for past sins by joining forces with Seraphim. See, I'm having a hard time reading this because she's black, and it just seems dumb to me. I was really excited to read it, though, because it was so long, but considering she's black, I had a hard time. Not say that I'm racist or anything, because I'm not. Just, black people have, I don't know, they're just not, I don't really know. I'm not racist or anything. Black people just are really dumb acting. Alright, here's another one. This is by Brittany. Angel Time established higher hopes for the second book in this series. Okay, this is a white woman. And I just got done fucking with black people after, but this white woman just said serious instead of series. Are you fucking kidding? Angel Time established higher hopes for the second book in this series. The action escalated too quickly and tapered off before much resolution could occur. I expected Toby to be more torn apart by Ludovico's last act, and although he does ponder it extensively, the book does not reach a sense of closure at this point. I understand closure for a character may not be an objective in such a series, but expectations were heightened after Angel Time that Of Love and Evil did not challenge or overcome. This book brought back memories of violin, which I enjoyed up to a point. I love Anne Rice in general. She has a high degree of eloquence in her writing, but I also understand through critical analysis that readers' expectations must be fulfilled. Writers must walk a tightrope between blatancy and ambiguity. Too much of either can be irritating and off-putting. I remember Violin well because I am drawn to her jumps in time by the end. See, I mean, shut the fuck up. I've evolved a strategy for my new e-reader. This is where I'll indulge my occasional guilty junk fiction pleasure. The latest Anne Rice seemed like a perfect place to start. Oh, that's kind of fucked up. She always has been a writer of purple prose, but is no one editing her anymore? Even a competent copy editor. And see, reviews like that piss me off too, because it undermines her ability. This is by Sue. This book was not what I expected. I expected, truthfully, a better story, but character development and a better defined reason. In short, everything that Anne Rice has given in her novels in the past. Well, that's good. It just didn't deliver for me. It seemed like a sermon than a story. You can be redeemed, but you can't escape your fate, or some other such thing. Don't get me wrong, I don't mind a story of redemption. Everyone should be able to change their minds and ways and not be... There we go. I like this one so far. I like the first sentence. Angel Time and Of Love and Evil are far too short to pull off what Anne Rice is trying to pull off. At under 200 pages, Of Love and Evil reads more like a novella. I know. It seemed like every supporting character had one big interaction scene with the protag, Toby, and that scene usually took the form of some sort of exposition dump. There's absolutely no believability that these people who just met Toby would suddenly open themselves up to him. I can see this book working beautifully if Anne Rice had given it the time and complexity that she gave her earlier works like Feast of All Saints and Cry to Heaven. At the end of Love and Evil, Toby reflects back on how difficult the mission was. Really? It wasn't difficult at all. He solved it with hardly any thought. Supposedly, he was picked by the angels for these missions because of his unique skills, but if that's the case, we haven't seen it yet. In the story, his unique skills were his ability to play the lute and make poisons. So what does he do? He gains access to a family by playing the lute and then identifies a poison. Yawn. I still give it 4 stars because I love Anne's writing style and her characters come to life for me. I just wish she'd give them more to do. I note some other reviews call her out on poor grammar, but this book is a first-person narrative and Toby writes like he speaks. I found it enjoyable. Hopefully the next book in the series has a little more meat to it. Well, I don't know if I should read more or not. No, I won't.